All right. I got to be in the right place to unmute myself or it just does not work. So I think I'm in the right place now.
You sound good.
I, I do. Well, I'm glad to hear that because it's 9 o'clock Pacific.
What does that mean, Tiger?
It means I, st- I didn't save my changes to my script. That's what it means because it's not 9 o'clock Pacific. It's 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. And that means it's time for the show that brings you the best deals in vaping, broadcast from the VaporJoe's bunker in the heart of New Jersey and coming at you live from the Vaping Underground Live Network on YouTube. I'm your host and deals diva, TygerTyger. And with me, as always, is the infamous, proudly politically incorrect, always devilishly handsome, VaporJoe. So grab a vape, a beverage, and don't touch that dial. You're in for 90 minutes of interactive, informative, and money-saving vape chat. Welcome to DoneDeal.
Vagina.
Oh, come on, really?
Just want to throw that out
Oh,
there. Just
can you
break the
save?
monotony. Wake it up.
No, no, that's
Wake
not
it up a
breaking the
little bit.
monotony. That
Yeah, wake it
I
up.
hate that word so much. Like you can't even imagine. I really, 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 really do. I'll tell you why. It makes me feel like I'm in the gynecologist here. It's such a medical word.
Well, I mean, I could. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, so welcome to DoneDeal. We got lots to talk about today. Lots of deals. Lots of vape now. Have you been watching the Olympics?
Are you talking to me? You
Like,
know
no,
I
I'm
haven't.
talking to people out there. Have you been watching
Oh, all right,
the
people
Olympics?
out there.
The American, you know how like we're, as a Canadian, you find Americans to be like stuck up assholes. Like we think we run everything. Have you noticed the medal count? Eight. All right. America has 90 medals. The next closest country has 50. It's that bad. We are just destroying the world in the Olympics. Now, not to say the Olympics it's in Brazil and they fucked it all up. I mean, it's like I feel bad. Did you see the picture? It's like the swimmers versus the people who do or diving. One's a green pool and one's a blue pool. Did you see these pictures? It's absolutely disgusting. There's like garbage floating in it and stuff. But yeah, it's really gross.
Yeah, no, I read some of the articles ahead of time talking about how, any of the people involved in water sports, if you were like doing the windsurfing or I think it was windsurfing, something like that, and of course swimmers, it was like, oh, you should be fine as long as you don't like open your mouth. I was like, okay, what?
This
Really?
is what happens when you give your you give it to a country that just wasn't ready for it.
Well,
And just that's what happens.
well, yeah, I just, yeah.
That's
It's
just
just it's
these
just
things
not a
happen.
good thing. It's just not a good thing.
These things happen.
Well,
But
and I was pretty heartbroken to read about the equestrian contender that had to pull out at the last second. She got her horse right out into the arena and waved to the crowd and rode off because the horse just wasn't up to it. A few days before, they'd figured he'd been bitten by some kind of poisonous spider or bug.
exactly.
Probably
Like don't
something he
have
wasn't used to back home, and yeah.
like why have a fucking Olympics in places like that? Oh, by the way, if your horse gets bitten by this like little bug, it'll die. Let's
Well,
have the Olympics there. Let's do that.
and
Not to mention the people, with all the AIDS and I mean Brazil is like I think number 2 in the world for AIDS. It's got Zika all over the place. It's got garbage everywhere. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. I guess it's this world of political correctness. We just got to give it to everybody so everybody says we've done it. But next time, give it back to a country that, like, I don't know, has sewers, like, clean shit. But whatever. That's just me. That's just me. Anyway, we got a lot of hate mail, didn't we, Tiger?
a fair bit, yeah. Well, and of course we missed last week. I had a I had a terrible accident on Tuesday night, and you guys, you're gonna laugh at me a little bit, but it involves, and unfortunately, I posted it involved a wheeled chair, wheeled with the ed at the end, and people misunderstood and thought I said my wheelchair, and it's like no, I'm fine, I'm not in a wheelchair. Although after Tuesday night,
She's in a
almost.
wheelchair. No, I'm kidding.
Those little wheeled chairs that, you kind of slide into on the way and then you think it's going to roll and then suddenly the wheel locks up and it doesn't roll and instead it goes over sideways and you find yourself plowing into the wall right there. And I managed to, that night ended in a mild concussion and a sore shoulder that's still plaguing me. And next thing I knew, Joe's pulling the chair off me, going, "What are you doing?" And so that was fun times. Just about.
I got gout in my wrist.
Felt like I was gonna puke half the night. So.
Yeah, but I got gout in my wrist, but luckily I had steroid pack to get rid of that.
Yeah. So come Thursday when his gout really kind of got into full bore, it was just a gong show around here. We were just a hurting couple. And Big Bam, so nice to see you in the room again. We have missed you. Our move to the earlier time on Wednesday nights messed up Big Bam's life, but he has rearranged everything, and we really appreciate that because we missed you.
Yes, we have. For those of you who don't know this, I have gout. I've had gout I'm probably the youngest person in history to get gout. I got gout like when I was 18.
Oh my
Most people get gout like when they're old. Like old. Like I'm like 43 now, but that's kind of old. And now's the time you get gout. No, not VaporJoe. VaporJoe gets gout at 18. So I know what it's like. So I got it in my wrist, and it was so bad. Like certain gout episodes, it just hurts when you put pressure on your hand or your foot or what have you, your hip or your knee if you get it in those areas. This just fucking hurt for no reason. You're just holding it there, and it just hurts. So I got a steroid pack. Those are like magic. That took that shit away real quick.
Yes, rather. Thank goodness.
But then last night, I don't want to get into it, but I decided to buy Indian food from Whole Foods. And all I'm going to say is don't buy Indian from Whole Foods anymore. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think he will ever do that again.
No, I did in the past, and it was good. I went to Whole Foods last night and bought Indian food. It's just not happening anymore.
Well, it was funny.
I'm never doing that anymore.
You've been on that kick for several days now. He got some Indian food the other day, and brought some home and ended up warming it up. And when he was warming it up, he put some in a pan on the stove and walked away. And I'm in the kitchen with my.
Now.
That's right. To warm up, you were just gonna microwave it. And so I'm sitting with my son, and all of a sudden I'm like, something's burning. And I jumped up and I'm like, no, it's not burning. And then he comes back and I said, something's wrong here. This smells wrong. And he's like, no, that smells good. That's what Indian food smells like. And when he got it to perfect, he put the plate in my face and made me smell it. And he says, well, what does it smell like to you? And I'm like, a homeless man who hasn't had a shower in 6 months. Like, that's not, I can't put that in my mouth. What are you doing?
Oh, God.
And so after that, he was all enthused and tried to bring home another plate, and that just went all kinds of wrong.
I've been eating Indian food for a long time, but, man, last night, that was just horrific. I'm not going to go into what happened, but let me put it this way. It was bad.
Joe's system got a flush.
It was bad.
And Chinook wants to know what causes gout. Well, why don't you field that one?
Gout is a genetic defect. Okay, this is not something you can just get. Gout is a genetic disorder that is passed down from your family. Basically, what happens is your body creates uric acid. Everybody has it. But in my case, the uric acid turns into little crystals, where the immune system thinks it's an invader. So what happens is those little crystals will find its way into a joint, any joint in the body, knee, hip, wrist, toes, the bridge of your foot, anywhere where there's a joint. And then the immune system goes, foreign invader, and goes in and attacks it like a virus or a bacteria, and now you're in a lot of trouble because your body's basically attacking your own shit. And it just gets inflamed. You can't put pressure on it. If it's in your foot, it feels like your foot's broken. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. And really, the only thing you can do once you get a gout attack is take steroids, which basically lowers your immune system to stop your immune system from attacking your shit.
Or just wait it out.
Or wait it out. Yeah,
that can be pretty miserable. Depending.
There's medicine for it, so you don't get it. I take it, but sometimes you're going to get it anyway under certain circumstances. And what causes gout for people who have gout, things like rich foods. They call it the rich man's disease because it's like wine, shellfish, rich beef, gravies, things like that. any brain people who love brains. Believe it or not, people who eat brains. Brains is the worst. Oh, forgot.
Oh, well, I'm
sorry,
safe forever.
Stuff like that. So anything that's real rich will cause will cause a lot of uric acid buildup, and well, there you go. You get it. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It really is. But you live and learn. You live and learn. I hope nobody has it, but then at the same time, I'm like, I wish everybody knew what it was like to get it.
Oh.
Because you look at your foot, it's swollen, it's beat up. You're like, oh, I can't walk on it. But there's really nothing wrong with it. Like, it feels like your foot's broken, but in actuality, there's nothing wrong with it. And it just defies logic.
LM Fisher says get some tart cherry juice. Yeah, he's used the tart cherry, the apple cider vinegar. You get the kind with the mother. It's really horrible looking, but if you can get a shot of that down.
Tart cherry juice does not help with an attack. It prevents attacks. Tart cherry juice is just an anti-inflammatory. It's like taking a Tylenol.
Well, it seems to depend on the person, because a few people have mentioned that that helps.
Prevent a little bit, but once you have an attack, you're fucked. There's very little you can do. You really need to wait it out, or some people say eat baking soda, which I'm fucking not doing. Other people say do this, do that. You know what I do? I suffer or take the steroid pack. Anyway, medical. This is not medical Mod Envy here.
Yeah, no, we've had a rough week.
But it's been bad. This whole week has sucked.
Yeah.
Well, so anyway, so let's get into some vape mail. Now, Tiger will bring this up. You want to talk about Tristan?
Yeah, well, we were very fortunate to have actually Tristan joined us on Mod Envy just recently, and that's of course of the Vaping Legion, and also here on YouTube, their own channel. I'll find that link for you in a few seconds when we're done talking here. But he joined us on Mod Envy to talk about a few things last Saturday, not just this immediate past one, but the one before, and. He's got some connections who make some great juice. Now, I've got a few bottles at my desk here. I know Joe's got one. They know he likes peanut butter, so they sent the mother load of peanut butter custard. And I've had a chance to give a few of these a sniff, and one of them so far a vape. This is Johnny's Juice, and this particular one, you'll get a kick out of the name. This is Morning Wood. So there you have it. And also here, vanilla custard, blueberry custard. I got to tell you, the blueberry smells pretty good, and I've heard things about it, so I'm anxious to try that one too. I did get some of this one. This is the one I've been vaping. This is called Sex on the Still. It's a little bit of a play on Sex on the Beach, the little shooters, and it is a peach, cranberry, and orange cocktail. It is yummy. It's nice. It's not an all-day vape for me. I think I'd get tired of it. You'd get burned out on the flavor, but to jump around and come back to throughout the day, it's very tasty. Very good. So Johnny's Juice. And
now there's one massive problem.
What's that?
We have no idea where to buy this.
Yeah.
It's nowhere to be found on the internet.
There's
Tristan.
There's a couple places, but I'm just not sure what link Tristan would have me share. So... but they also sent this really, really epic t-shirt. Yay, yay, the Vaping Legion, yay. So that is epic. And as my good fortune, it's just not quite big enough or long enough for Joe.
And he says it's the right size, but he forgot the T. So it is officially a belly shirt.
Well, no, this one's actually just too small all the way around. So it's mine.
Yeah, you guys got to remember, if you're going to send me a t-shirt, put the T must be after it. T stands for tall. If it's not tall, basically, I'm going to put it on, and it's going to come just above my belly button. And it's going to look terrible.
And he's going to look so cute in his little belly shirt.
And I'm going to look like a really weird belly dancer. So you don't want to see that? I don't think anybody does. I don't even think my wife wants to see that.
No.
Those go to Tiger.
I would love that.
No, you wouldn't.
So, and I know you've been tearing into the peanut butter custard. Do you want to talk a little bit about that one?
Oh well, yeah. I put 1 tank worth of this in. It's very good. I mean, it in my opinion, this is a really good peanut butter custard. It's to me, it tastes exactly, and I'm not pissing on Johnny's Juice or anything, or pissing on T-Max. They both taste almost exactly the same. T-Max's peanut butter custard and the Triple X peanut butter custard from Johnny's Juice, in my opinion, taste almost exactly the same, which is a good thing because peanut butter and VaporJoe, it's like peanut butter and jelly, but peanut butter and VaporJoe are, we have that symbiosis relationship. Okay, I love my peanut butter, and it is just that good.
They're like this. I'm the one over here.
Yeah, it's that good. Anything with peanut butter in it, I'll eat it. It could be peanut butter tuna. I'll leave it.
Oh. I don't know.
No, because you know what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna send me some peanut butter tuna. Yeah, PB and T. But anyway.
Well, I laughed because the way it's actually labeled is PB custard. Now, of course, we all understand that means peanut butter, but when I did post on Facebook, I had to make sure nobody thought it was Phil Basardo custard because, nobody wants to make that.
True. But anyway, it's really good. Like I said, I had tanks worth, and I had the T-Max's peanut butter custard. So, like I said, basically the same. What I basically did was I vaped peanut butter custard from T-Max, emptied the tank. The head had some residual in it. Then put this in it. I didn't notice a single difference at all. Not like, it wasn't like, oh, this is more peanut buttery, this is sweeter. It tastes exactly the same. So hats off to Johnny's Juice because it's a really good peanut butter custard, and hats off to T-Max because this is a really good peanut butter custard. Now, Tiger, I believe you got something really awesome.
I did. A really, really sweet guy in the vape community. Just somebody I have a particular affinity
Fuck
for.
him. He's a dick. He's a fucking asshole. I hope he dies.
VaporJoe got me this. You played into that just too beautifully. This awesome, and it's such a mismatched affair right now. I guess you could call it my Americana mod because I've got the red, the silver, which would represent white, and blue going on here. Whatever. It's all kind of a thrown together. But it gave me the chance to test drive the new RX 2/3, of course, the 200 watt mod that will take either the 3 or the 2 batteries using the different housing that is magnetic and sticks right there. So actually, this one is different because I love my RXs, right? Now, I've been using 2 of these for a really long time. This is the original RX 200, and of course, you just snap that off, okay? Yeah, it's easily said and done when it's, of course, on the live show. There you go. There's your 3 batteries in the. Yeah, I'm a professional, okay? I'm trying not to hurt myself over here. 3 batteries, of course, in there with the little magnetic. Just snicks on. This is a little tricky. I was having a little bit of a time with this, and there's a little button that releases it, and then and I was really kind of befuddled there at first, trying to get this back together. And let's see if I can do it now. Because the little hooks have to go in just right, and then you gotta snap it shut. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I'm a pro. In any case, the display on this. You guys remember the small screen from the RX 200, and you got that little display there. I'll try and stay in my microphone. And, it's crisp, but, it's smaller, right? It's nowhere near the width. Well, the new one is so much bigger, brighter, and you can customize it. Joe had this one customized red to match the mod. So now I think what I really need is another black TFV4. I'll put a red tank in it, and this will be, I might even have to do a special drip tip for this because beautiful. And I've been using this for a few days now, test driving it. It's great. I haven't tried it with the 2 batteries instead of 3 yet. People are telling me it still lasts them plenty long time. And I really, I thought these mods would be too big, But once you get used to holding one, they're great. They're great. So if you've been on the fence about the newest RX iteration, the 2/3, I would say go for it, especially at some of the prices now. And Joe's probably going to want to talk about that in a little bit here. Maybe I've even segued for him. I'm not sure. But definitely a great one. I'm really enjoying it.
All right. Anything else, baby?
No, I think that's got it covered for today.
Okay. Now, I did get quite a bit of vape mail this week, not in terms of different things, but just quantity, really. First thing I'm going to talk about is I picked up, now Tiger has the RX2/3. This is the RX200S that I picked up. It basically looks exactly the same, except you must use the 3 batteries. I got this on eBay deal. I paid $39 for it. Now I have the original RX200 here, but the fatter display. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know if I like the fatter display. To be honest with you, it looks very 8-bit-ish, like 8-bit display versus a very crisp.
But using
display.
the firmware, the customization possibilities, you can kind of change that up. You can do a lot of different things. And I did promise you a link for that, so I'm going to...
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you a few
you
minutes.
could do all kinds of you could do firmware and stuff with this. Now, Tiger's is in red. Now, that was for the 2/3. This is the 200S. All RX 200s are great. Even the original is fucking great. Okay, you know, it's really comes down to what you know, it's semantics really. These are both exactly the same except for the display. Tiger's has one benefit where you can use 2 batteries instead of 3 batteries, which I think is cool because it shortens it and lets you use. You know, not everybody can afford. You know, as vapors, we're like, whatever, it's 3 batteries. You know, not every vapor can afford, you know, an extra battery. And you have to assume you're gonna need multiple sets, right? So every multiple set of 3. So if you get 3 sets of 3, that's 9 batteries. But you know, if you can afford 6 batteries, it'll work too. 3 sets of 2. So I like that. And quite honestly, the 2 sets, the 2 battery version, brings you to 150 watts. Quite frankly, I have never vaped over 110 watts in my life. So the two would work for me. You know, I mean, but anyway. It seems that they've polished the new 200S and 2/3. This seems just a little bit more refined. One thing I've noticed, let me see if they have it here. It's just like these little small things. Like, okay, the button here has a dimple in it, and this button does not. This helps you find it better when you're trying to find the button to push. Like certain things, just small. Little things that they do to help you, you know, to enhance the vape. Also, the RX200S and the RX2/3 have an improved 510 connector over the RX200. I don't know how much of an improved connector it is, but they say it is improved. Now let's just see here. To me, it looks exactly the same, but they are saying it's an improved 510 connector. Just on a glance. But I've been using it. It's great. And like I said, I picked this up for like $39 on eBay.
Yeah, Joe still echoes sometimes. Bringing the mic closer to me lets me bring down the gain, and we've almost got it solved completely, but when he gets excited, you'll still hear him through mine a little bit.
Excited.
It's exciting.
Crazy.
And D. Millen wants to know, how is the battery cover on and off? On the 2/3, like I say, the first time getting it off was fairly easy. Getting it back on, I was kind of like, ugh, and it took a while. But I managed to figure it out. Now I'm at the point where it's been about 3 or 4 times that I've changed batteries and done stuff with it. So I'm at the point where, yeah, I've got the hang of it now. You kind of know how those little hooks fit in and just how the angle, and you snap it in. You know, it's going to be a little different from the simple magnet of the RX200, but don't let that deter you. It'll take a little bit of getting used to, but I've got it figured out now. So, and if I can do it, you can do it. Yeah.
Now, also, I got 10. I bought Here's the big box of them. Believe it or not, there's 10 of them in here. 10 .coms. These are going to be for Mod Envy giveaways. These are American made. .com has been around for a while. The RDA, I know a ton of people who love these. They were down at $35. I bought 10 of them, which is going to be a deal I'm going to bring up tonight. So that just goes to show you that I do buy my own deals, and if I see a good one, I buy a lot of them. And like I said, these are going to be giveaways I'm going to do on Mod Envy. So I got 10 .coms here, and then I got, unfortunately, e-cig Avenue went out of business due to the FDA regulations. They just got sick and tired of dealing with everything, so they did a 70% off everything sale, and I got 10 TFE4 mini tanks from them. They're in the closet. I'm not going to pull them out now, but those, actually, I'm keeping those because those are good. Those are something I can use on a regular basis because I really don't rebuild very much. So I got a bunch of those. I got a bunch of replacement ads. And just trying to think here. Anything else? Nope, I think that's it as far as vape mail this week.
Alrighty.
All right. So getting on to the .com. Now, as a rebuilder, I am what could you say? Novice to the nth degree. But one thing I could tell you, I know RDAs. Okay, it's not that you don't need to rebuild RDAs to know RDAs. Okay, I've seen millions of them. Okay, I've seen different brands, different this, different that. One thing I could tell you about RDAs is quality. Okay, the one thing I hate more than anything when it comes to anything vaping are those stupid screws that you got to use the what are they called? The how do you know what I'm talking about? You use them to build furniture.
Allen
key.
keys.
Yes, I hate anything that uses an Allen key. Okay, Allen keys suck. Always, always, always. The one thing I loved about the .com when I first saw it are these monstrous, huge, real screws, gold-plated real screws that were in the posts that will never break, and they're prominent. They sit there like 3 crowns inside of the deck. And the good thing about the .com RDA is it is almost like a tank. It holds almost like people are saying like up to 7 mils of juice in this big bitch. Now it's been around for a year and change, and they were going anywhere from $75 to $59. Now they're down to $35. These are American made and American designed. Okay, and I just want to make sure there's no stock. Work with me. And they are still in stock. Okay, so Mount Baker Vapor is selling them for $35. Now, my coupon code over at Mount Baker Vapor does not work on this particular piece, but you don't need a coupon code for this particular piece of hardware. It's $35 from the get-go. If you want to check out their juice, use VaporJoe's. You'll get, I believe, 10% off your order over at Mount Baker Vapor when it comes to their juice. But if you're looking for this particular RDA, you will love it. Everybody I've talked to has loved it. I've tried it. I've used it many, many times. I know Scope has one. I'm sure Scuba has 480 of them. I'm sure everybody on Vaping Underground Live has one because I know Lucidi's are selling them for a long time. There's the link. And like I said, I bought 10 because the price was so cheap that I felt it was necessary because it's an excellent giveaway for Mod Envy, and excellent for because you have to remember, new American innovation has ended. There's going to be no American innovation anymore. Can't make anything in the United States new anymore because of the FDA regulations. Now you could come up with it here and make it in China, but these are American actually made here in America. So I figured it would be nice to buy a bunch and give some business to people. So check it out, pick it up. I'm sure you're gonna love it if you're a rebuilder. And Tiger's got a sexy one too, because she's got a purple chuff cap on her.
I do. Mine is special, that lavender purple that I love so much. So.
Now somebody says Fast Tech has a clone. I'm absolutely almost positive Fast Tech has a clone. But there comes a point, in even for VaporJoe, if something's $99 and there's a clone for 15, okay, I'll go with the clone. If there's something that's $35 and the clone is $15, I'll probably go with the legit version because it's not that much more expensive. So if you want the clone, go out and get it. But I'm just saying, as American-made, legit everything, $35 out the door, and it's cool too the way they pack it. I have it here. It comes in this tube, and everything you need is in this tube. Addy's in here, the whole pack with like replacement screws and O-rings and everything you're going to need is just in this little this guy right here. Really cool. I like the design like that. Very efficient.
Joe, they're asking me what my wine is. Do you remember?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay, I'll have to get it later because Joe did find a gem. I've had better Chardonnays, but for the price of this at $4 a bottle, this stuff is terrific. So, just looking for something to sip.
It's equivalent to, I don't know if you guys have Trader Joe's. I don't know if you remember something called the $2 Chuck. Basically, it's the $2 Chuck version of outside of Trader Joe's. Now you're gonna be like, oh, $4 bottle of Chardonnay. Tell you something.
Listen, it's not.
I know wine. And basically, Tiger drinks wine, but I drink wine vicariously through Tiger.
Yes. Because
I can't have any of the new stuff. So basically, I force feed her wine, and I'm like, all right, what do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? Oh, I like this one. I don't like that one. Blah blah. She finally found one she really enjoyed that was like cheap. And so I was like, screw it, I'll buy you a bottle every day for the rest of your life.
Well, you've brought me home better ones, but they're good for a treat. This one's great for just sipping in the evening, watching a little television with you. Yeah, perfect for hanging out with you guys on the show. It's all good. So,
is it barefoot? Fuck no, it ain't barefoot.
No.
It's not that crap.
You're making me want to go get the bottle.
No, it's none of that crap.
Because I want to share with you guys so you know this great deal too. See, we give you deals on vaping gear, wine, you name it. We're here for you.
Yeah, well, listen. Like I said, I know for those of you who don't know, before I got into vaping, I was going to be a sommelier, which is a person who excels in wine, and a person who goes and works in a fine restaurant and does the wine cellars and picks the wine for people. But I stopped drinking, so that kind of screwed that pooch. So, I couldn't do that. But when it comes to wine, I'm pretty good. All right, so now back to where you going, woman? All right. Give me a second here. Now I have to see if what I'm going to bring up is still in stock or still available. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay. Now, this is the juice deal. Tiger's here, so I'm sure she wants to show you the wine. So we'll wait for Tiger to come back.
Sorry, unmuting is always tricky when I'm in the wrong mouse space. All right, so falling stuffed animals, it's just a hazard around here lately. You just got to watch out. I need a hard hat and maybe some steel-toed boots. All right, so this is the great Chardonnay deal. This is Cutler Creek Vineyards Chardonnay, and I kid you not, $4 a bottle.
Yeah, $3.99 a bottle.
Yep. And okay, it's not as good as some of the favorites that he's brought home, but those are nice for treats. At $4 a bottle, this is terrific. Cheaper than soda.
Yeah, even my grandfather. We just celebrated my grandfather's 91st birthday. The guy's amazing. He still drives. He's amazing. I buy him very, very high-end, expensive bottles of wine. But I will always. How many of those did we? Wait a minute. Time out. How many of those did we go through his party, hun? And we only had like.
Oh my word. Let's see. There was like
7?
1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 4 people drinking the Chardonnay. I took it easy, guys. I really, really did. I was just sipping. I was making it last and last and last and last. I probably didn't do any more than usual. We went through 7 bottles of Chardonnay and a bottle of red.
I couldn't believe it.
I'm like,
It's fucking luscious.
where is this? Where did it go? I just kept pulling corks, and it's like, I don't know what's happening here, but. So, not from the video you saw. No, Big Bam, not my birthday. That was a different thing.
Hers.
That was the tequila challenge, and never again. No.
Exactly.
No, that can never happen again.
All right. So so that's the we have this place by my house. It's as big as a food store. It's huge. It's got 27 aisles, and it's a liquor store. It's huge.
He sent me in one time. Usually he does this. It's something he does for me when he's out and about doing errands, and he'll bring something back. But he sent me in one time to pick up something. And I thought it was just a huge store. Like, I mean, I've seen large, liquor vendors back home and stuff. But I was overwhelmed. I mean, the little bit I needed to explore to find what I needed and get out, I think I covered maybe 5% of the place. It was just unbelievable. And then a few weeks later, he came home and said, they took over the next 2 or 3 bays. It's like almost twice as big now. I'm like, I didn't know there was that much booze in the world.
For those of you who don't understand this, because you go to different states, New Jersey is one of those states where you have liquor stores. You cannot buy liquor at a 7-Eleven. You cannot buy liquor at a grocery store unless they have a liquor license. So liquor licenses in New Jersey are extremely expensive. If you want a liquor license in New Jersey, it's going to cost you anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million. Why? Because they only issue like 4 per township. So basically, and that doesn't, and I know a lot of places they have like beer and wine liquor license. That doesn't exist here. It's all or nothing. So we have liquor stores here. It's funny too, because they'll go to just different states like Virginia, North Carolina, or whatever, and I'll be like, "Where's your liquor store?" And I'm like, "What's a liquor store?" I'm like, "Place to buy liquor." Oh yeah, 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Like, okay.
Yeah, well, that's not strange to me because that's how it is back home. Except, when I was a little girl back in Alberta in Canada, only the government had the right to sell liquor. There were no private licensed liquor stores. You couldn't get a license for that. The government had specific outlets. It was called the Alberta Liquor Control Board, and it was the ALCB. So anybody from out of town or out of state, so to speak, or, visiting from somewhere, it was like, well, let's get some beer. Okay, let's go to the ALCB. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about? It's a code, No, they were the only ones.
It's going to sound like something the village people are going to say.
And they're teasing us now. It's like DoneDeal, the wine edition. And it's like,
we're
totally squirreling.
I know, we're squirreling. I'm sorry. All right, so getting back to the deal. This is a great juice deal. And not booze deal, juice deal. Now listen, this deal isn't going to last, but it may end tomorrow or the next day. I have my spies everywhere. Basically, you're going to get 3 120 ml bottles of juice for $30, or 5 120 mls for $50. Now, the reason why I reposted the $30 deal is, well, it's cheaper. You don't have that much as much commitment. You save $20. You don't have to spend the $50 to get it. A funny thing is the coupon code name is Dongle. Yes, again, coupon code is Dongle. We'll get you 3 120s for $30. A really, really great price. Basically, you just throw 3 30s in your cart, put in Dongle, and you're off to the races. Now, from what I understand, this particular vendor is holding out as long as he can, or she can, to sell this juice at this price, but due to FDA regulations and certain things they have to do with their packaging, everything's going to change. So basically, it's a blowout to get all this particular juice out before I guess they have to do childproof labels and all this other stuff. So so they just want to get this out there. And from my understanding, now that since I've had this deal up for about 3 weeks in different forms, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from this particular vendor, and a lot of people love their juice. This isn't just like crappy juice. This is, from what I understand, good juice. Have I bought any? No. Why? Because I have a billion bottles of juice. Have they sent me any? No, they haven't. And I don't expect any. But my point is I'm hearing really great things. From the Mod Envy group, people have been putting it in there. From the VaporJoe's group, they've been putting it in there. So for the price, stock up, man. Throw some in your fridge. Great price. And I'm sure, Tiger, there's not much Tiger can say as far as, it's juice, but it is a good deal.
Oh yeah, at that money. I mean, you're getting close. Well, 360 mils for $30.
So go off camera for just a second. All right.
Oh, all right. Grabbing something from the special vape shelf.
Sorry, I had to take my penis out. No, I'm here.
He has to go off cam to stand up because he wears no pants during the shows.
I don't. No.
Think about that.
Right. No, honestly. All right. So that's the juice deal. Now I've been doing a lot of juice deals because juice.deals is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It is in its final. I have my tech and everybody working on it. Juice.deals is coming. I don't give a fuck about FDA. Like, now would be the worst time to come out with a juice deal site. Okay, in most people's eyes, in my opinion, now is the best time to come out with a juice deal site. I've waited. I purposely have waited for the FDA regulations to come out to start a juice deal site. Okay, because nobody else would do it. And you know what? I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be fucking great. And it's gonna be super fucking popular. All right. Just want to make sure this particular item is still there. It is. It is. All right. Just give me a second here. All right. Now, this is a great mod. Okay. This is the Vapor Flask Stout 100 watt mod. Now, let me tell you something. I own one. I have it right here. Vapor Flask makes fantastic mods. Not only do I have the Stout, I have the original. They're both in white. Okay, these are legits. These aren't like from Fastech. Now, what's the Stout? The original takes two 18650s. It looks like a flask. Okay, the Stout takes a single 18650 or a single 26650. You could use an 18650. It'll come with a little adapter, so you can use it. These are built like a brick fucking shithouse. These went for hundreds of dollars when they first came out. Okay? Now, quite frankly, I'm pissed off at Vapor Flask, okay? Because they started that bullshit system, that closed system. So fuck them. I'm selling. I'm going to start pushing their products, their older products, at a really good price. A Stout in its current form is going to be $38.97.
Now someone's asking, that's not a clone, right? No, that is not a clone.
These are legits.
Yeah.
Now, they have the white version. Now, I'm holding the white version in my hand. This does 100 watts on a single battery. It's fantastic. They have the stainless. See, when I first bought it, they didn't have the stainless steel version. You had the black or the white. They have the stainless steel version for the same price. And I guarantee you, the stainless steel version is going to be the best version. It is absolutely, from the pictures, it's absolutely
looks
gorgeous.
It looks really good.
And like I said, a single 26650 or a single 18650. When you get this, you are going to be extremely impressed how this works. Everything just like, even the bottom, how it just kind of just slides off like that and just put it right in. Very thick. The metal on this is extremely thick on the white. I'm not sure if the white is stainless steel. I'm assuming it is. But they do have a brushed stainless steel version, so if you have the ability to get it, just get it. I got the white because I tend not to have a whole lot of white mods. And so I was like, screw it, let me get the white one. And that was many, many months ago where I paid $80 for this and thought it was a deal. Okay, so you can get the idea. Down to $38, buy a lot of them. They are really good. And that's about all I could say about it. The buttons on them are fantastic. The screen is great. The accuracy is great. There's tons of reviews on them on YouTube. I've been buying Vapor Flask since I have an alpha version of their original DNA. I think it was the 20 or 30, where it literally looks like something printed in a machine shop. It looks terrible. But it's cool to have as a piece of nostalgia. But I've been with these guys for a really, really, really long time. So I think you guys are going to really, really like it. And also, don't forget, this is coming from Vapor Beast. These guys are great. They ship fast. This is free shipping, by the way, too. Don't forget. There's no shipping with this because it's free shipping over $35. So that's another big bonus. Okay. I was going to buy one of these for Tiger, but I keep buying Tiger mods, and it's just like I'm starting.
I'm good right now. It's gonna take something pretty special for me to jump at on a new mod again. I know you really like your stout, but that one you can be the only stout owner in the house. Now I'm not sure what you said, but Big Bam is saying no, Joe. This takes a 26,650. So I'm not sure if maybe you accidentally said 18,650.
No, you can take an 18,650 with this.
Oh yeah, well you've got to use the sleeve that turns it into the thickness. Yeah, well.
Yes, there's an adapter that comes with it that you can use a 26,650 normal, or there's an adapter that hides the thickness. Basically, it's a girth ring. It slides down, and then you can use an 18650. So you can use either with this.
Okay, there you go. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't catch it either, Big Bam, so I just wanted to make sure we didn't leave anyone with the wrong impression. All right.
Yeah, it has a girth ring.
Oh,
that sounds terrible, doesn't it?
That does sound a little bit...
Girthring.com.
All right.
Yeah, so check it out. That I have to tell you, of this week, that is my favorite deal. Because it's just such a great mod, and I've been using it. I've had it for at least 7 months, and I'm so impressed by the build quality of it. And I'm telling you, when you get it in your hands and you use it, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, I see what you're talking about, Joe. This is a really great mod."
Gwen is in the room asking, am I feeling better? Yes, Gwen, sweetheart, thank you for asking. It took most of a week to start feeling better. It was just still, if I turned my head too fast, it was head spins. But yeah, no, I'm back to pretty much normal now. Thank you for asking. Now, there was a question in the room I wanted to address. Raymond wanted to know, how do you steep juice and how do you know when it's done? Well, Raymond, there's a lot of answers to that, and no answers at the same time. I'll give you some ideas. Some people just steep juice by letting it sit. Find a nice dark cupboard, not too cold, because cold will impede the process. Cold will preserve juice and keep it closer to the state it's in. So you want a little bit of warmth, but not too much. And people will leave it sit. Tobaccos will take a long time to really come into their own for flavor, really get the whole flavor going. I would say leave that at least a month. Fruity flavors and stuff like that, less. My advice is leave it for a week at a time. Try it. If it's still just, leave it for another week. Some other people will use a warm water, hot water bath. Run tap water into your sink about as hot as it'll run from the tap. Put your juice bottles in a sealed Ziploc bag, get all the air out, and drop it in that water. That'll warm and help everything sort of mix up a little bit. Some people will use the ultrasonic jewelry cleaners, put the bottles in there, and the action of the shaking helps to blend the components a little bit better, because that's really what's going on with steeping, is the flavor and the nicotine and everything are just becoming one. So it depends on the flavor, it depends on how you like to do it, but those are a few options. Another thing that some people will do, especially with juices that have alcohol in the flavorings, leave them sit with the cap off. Give it a good shake, let it sit for a few hours with the cap off. Put the cap back on, give it another good shake, let it sit with another few hours with the cap off. That'll help get some of the alcohol out of the mix. So it depends on the juice, it depends on your tastes, and it depends on how you like to do it. But there's a few ideas for you.
Or you could be an impatient fuck like me and just vape it.
Yeah, exactly. Evil Woman says, I don't steep. Really, I don't either. One of my very favorite juices...
Steeping is something I haven't really even thought of for a long time.
Yeah. One of my very favorite juices is, of course, everybody who knows me knows I'm mad about Mad Cat. Mad Scope, rather, by Scope Juice and Mad Cat Vapors. And this stuff is amazing after it steeps for maybe about a month. It'll really come into its own. But you know what? I love the flavor.
Can I ask you a question? When does that fucking bottle of Mad Scope lasted you a month?
Never. But if I have one if I have one on the go and one gets to sit for a month, that's why I order them 3 bottles at a time. In any case, I love the flavor of it fresh too. Right out of the box, a couple days after mixing, I'll vape it. It's great. It's great if it gets to sit. It's great no matter what. So, there's no right or wrong answer on that one, Raymond. Just, due to your tastes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Manscaped with Tiger is gone like within a week. She takes a bottle of it. It just vanishes.
And yes, Big Bam, that is the iced oatmeal cookie. I just cannot get enough of.
Yeah, steeping is good for people who have patience. Like I said, Tiger with Manscaped, she like I said, she vapes that like it's like crazy. I vape certain juices like crazy. It's very hard when you have a juice you love so much. It's so hard to wait and just look at it and stare at it because it starts mocking you. You almost get like you're looking at it, it's laughing at you like, please vape me. You need patience. I remember back in the day, people used to talk about steeping and all this other stuff, and I really don't hear about that much. Do you? I mean, honestly, I really don't.
Well,
it's almost like people pre-steep before they send it out.
Well, it depends. So many places mix to order, so no, they're not steeping. But if you're buying something from a brick and mortar, it was generally made at least a few weeks before you got it. So yeah, that'll be pre-steeped.
Yeah. And all the wholesale distribution stuff, like the Space Jams and Cosmic Fogs and stuff, that's been sitting around for at least a month. So that's going to be pre-steeped.
Yeah.
For you. It's very rare to get a fresh bottle of anything that's been in the distribution ring.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much why we haven't heard so much about steeping over the last year. Steeping used to be a really big thing because people are heavily into DIY or would get juices from friends with the label with crayon written on it. And gotta let that baby sit. But not anymore, really. I think the industry has changed a little bit, but letting your juice sit, I guess, will always help it a little bit. All right. Any other questions, Tiger?
No, that looks like it's got it. I'm wondering, I'm trying to think if Big Bam is hinting me here. Did you have a DIY deal you want to share?
Yeah, I know. I'll get to it. Follow my lead.
All right. I'm just checking.
No, Big Bam, I don't. I don't have a DIY deal.
Be nice to Big Bam. We've missed him.
Work with me, baby. Work with
me. He is.
I'm interested in other things right now. All right.
Are any of them RXs?
Okay, so there's a new mod coming. Something I'm really interested in. I really want to know if it goes this high. Now, this is kind of like a really awesome middle finger to the FDA regulations. There is a 400 watt mod coming. It's actually out in certain places. You can get it, but I'm waiting for a good deal. This is the Smoke or Smoke Tech 400 watt box mod, and they're claiming it goes that high. And now it's not so much I care that this goes 400 watts. I really don't care it does. Okay. In fact, I don't think it will go 400 watts, considering if it doesn't use 10 batteries. You know what I mean? The fact that it came out after the FDA regulations is what I'm happy about, because everybody was so worried that we wouldn't see we won't see anything new. Vaping is stuck. It's frozen. It's not. Okay, because all the mods, all the tanks, all the RDAs, everything you see, even the things that are American quote unquote designed, are made in China. China does not care about the FDA. And the FDA never said you can't buy things from China. They just said Americans can't stock new things. That does not mean as an American you can't go buy something new from another country. So China is still blowing out all kinds of new stuff. I must have rolled out 4 or 5 new products this week. And this is no exception. So this 400 watt box mod is just perfect. I mean, literally, the day the regulations came out, the 400 watt box mod was announced. And I was just like, bam, perfect. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you. Will it do 400 watts? I'll be honest. A smoke machine, a true smoke machine. I think it was people started did the legal vape many years ago, and then there was another one called vaping at 400 watts, where it was an actual smoke machine. That's a true 400 watt vape. Can this do that? I'm gonna say no. Now, they say 200 watts is 3 batteries. This would have to take, in my opinion, at least 6, right, Tiger?
Oh gosh, I am not sure. I mean, how would you get that? I'm looking at the 510 connector as a scale reference, and there's no way you're getting 6 batteries in there.
Oh no, I'm not saying there is 6 batteries in here. That's why I'm saying I don't think it'll push 400 watts. But
yeah,
there could be new technology in there that we don't know about, though. There could be.
Well, I'm not sure. That's a good question for Nitro. He's the battery power and calculation expert in my closest circles.
I'll buy one and send one to Scuba and Nitro and see if there's
Scuba
any
and
special
Nitro.
see if there's any special whore magic in there that makes it go to 400 watts, even though it defies everything.
Well,
but
Eva said it best, and she was wondering why anybody needs anything that crazy high, because the resistance, you'd be looking at such a low. Anyway, I don't know. I've barely ever broken 100, and that was just basically pushing bounds to see what something would do. My happy place seems to be around 70, and I just, I don't know.
Yeah, how does one? Yeah, but as I was saying, I don't care if it goes up 100 watts.
Yeah.
It's just more of a big middle finger to the FDA, and I was really happy this came out. And I look forward to see somebody out there to use it, or a review of some kind. I'm sure somebody's going to hook it up to a meter.
We have an answer. Big Bam says it is powered by 4 replaceable 18650s that can provide you with 400 watt maximum power output. All right.
Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you something. I'm gonna go with Ghetto there. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
If 2 batteries can get you to almost 150, how does 4 batteries get you to 400?
Well, what I'm wondering, Joe, is are there better batteries out now than when we had the 2 batteries get you to 150 guideline? And the truth is, I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, you know what? It doesn't. Like I said, I don't care. I'm never going to vape anywhere near 400 watts.
Yeah.
I'm never going to vape anywhere near 200 watts. But I want to see somebody vape at 400 watts. So, somebody's like, yeah, man, I do this all the time. You crazy? I got this awesome refillable one. And he just, one vape just fills the room. They go to rock concerts. They don't even need smoke machines anymore. They just have vapors there.
Well, there...
They just, that would be awesome. I would love to see that.
Well, there's an interesting idea in the room, and I don't know. We're just playing the speculation game here right now. And D Millen is saying, well, what if they're stacked? 16 volts will get you there. Okay, so now you've got a 400 watt mod that runs out in an hour with 4 batteries to change. I don't know. Maybe.
They never said anything about time.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll get you to 400 watts, but it'll last you 20 minutes. Hey, they didn't talk about
count.
Lead time. This isn't a cell phone. So if it gets you there, it gets you there. But I can actually kind of see the display up top where they do have the 4 displays of the batteries and stuff. But whatever, we'll see. I'm very interested. I'm sure somebody on this network will get a hold of one and see what that shit's all about. Which I just can't wait to see.
I think one of the most exciting things about this, and Eva had another good point, that, the USA isn't the only country on earth. There's a lot of countries that are vaping that are not the USA. And we kind of tend to forget that sometimes. But still, it's kind of encouraging seeing this come out hot on the heels of the regulations. So.
Right, because the rest of the world, they have like 4 vapors in each other countries. So, you know, hats off to them. I'm kidding.
You are
I'm
the
so
reason
pro-American. Yes, I am.
No, it's not pro-American. I'm pro-American. My second home. But oh, Joe, there's a whole world beyond your borders.
Is there?
Yes,
Is there?
yes.
Hmm.
Well, and lots of it's pretty cool. You'll find
Anyway,
out. You'll find out.
Anyway, no, kidding. All right, so that's that on that 400 watt box mod. That's a great device. I can't wait to see somebody out there really kick it to 400 watts and go to town on it. I know somebody's going to do it here. All right, now let's talk. Big Bad Boom was talking about DIY, so let's get into this. Now everybody's all scared about the FDA regulations. Blah 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 blah. You have no reason to be at this current time, but if you still are, this will calm your nerves. If you want to get into DIY and do your own juice, right now, My Freedom Smokes has 20% off their entire DIY section. Okay, that's nic base, flavorings, beakers, pipettes. If you want to be a fucking crazy lab scientist, they have everything you want. Coats, everything's 20% off. Now, for me specifically, nic base is probably the most important thing. That's going to be what you need first and foremost. So basically, you can get 100 milligram, 1 liter bottle of nic base for about $40, which is a great deal. That's going to last the average vapor a very, very, very long time if you're into DIY, especially if you're vaping like 3 and 6 milligram. That shit will last you to the next century. Now, Tiger used to mix her own juice. So just I mean, if you look at it like this, basically, if you just want to do the math, 100 milligrams of 1 liter, 100 milligrams of a liter of nic base will make you 33 liters of 3 milligram, roughly 33 liters of 3 milligram juice. Okay, and of course you're gonna have to cut it with PG or VG. But in that area, so just give you an example: 33 liters of juice. So it'll last you a long fucking time. For $40. And it also gives you an example of how cheap it is to make juice. Okay, so if you can make 33 liters of juice for the most expensive part only costs $40, and you can make 33 liters of it at 3 milligram, gives you an idea how much these juice makers are making. Just saying, hashtag.
And for those interested in trying DIY and you've never been too sure about it and can I do it and is it hard, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. DIY making juice is not rocket science. Now, before any of the juice makers, I know T-Max here is in the room, get offended, listen. It's not rocket science. If you can do basic math, if you can measure accurately, you can DIY. Where the real art is just like cooking. I mean, anybody can throw stuff in a bowl and throw stuff in an oven, but getting the right ratios, mixing the right things, knowing when to use TFA strawberry as opposed to another company's strawberry because it'll blend better with what you're doing. There's where the art is. And I could follow Ed Chinook. You're absolutely correct. Recipes are key. When I followed recipes and did DIY, I had great results. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. When I struck out on my own, I found out I did not have the gift. When I finally made an apricot juice that tasted, I never did figure out whether it tasted like moldy dirt or like dirty mold. One of the two, and I realized that maybe, I wasn't cut out for DIY, at least not for anything where I was striking out on my own. But for those of you who'd like to give it a try, I invite you to check out the Vaping Underground Forum. If you haven't been there, you need to. That's the Vaping Underground Forum. I'm going to drop a link in the room for you. And there is a DIY section there, second to none, just a wealth of information, and you'll find recipes, advice, wisdom, knowledge, everything you could possibly need to get rolling and get some great advice. Oops, did I? Nope, I just Copied the wrong thing. Okay, so I got you.
Let me tell you. Now, Tiger's got it right. I wish Vaping
There,
Underground
big bounce.
existed. I wish Vaping Underground existed when I started many years ago. Because what happens when you start vaping? The first thing you want to do is make your own juice. I don't care if you started 4 years, 5 years ago, or now. You're like, I'm gonna make my own juice. I want to save money. Well, I wish Vaping Underground existed when I started because I'm terrible at DIY. I'll never forget this. Now, all right, we have like 80 people in the room, and I don't know if anybody knows the Kona coffee flavor. Now, I love coffee, so I was going to make my own Kona coffee flavor, DIY, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, mix it like 10 or 20%. You know, that's the way to do it." Well, Kona,
No.
specifically, you're supposed to mix it like 0.5% or like 1%. I did it at 10%, and I vaped it, and let me tell you something. It was like VaporJoe skunk juice on steroids. It was fucking disgusting. And ever since then, I just stopped DIY. I was like, I'm just not doing this. Ever. This is just not for me. I will buy my juice. I will find deals and buy juice. But it takes patience and knowledge, and you gotta, there are plenty of people out there who have it, and there's plenty of people out there who do DIY, and their recipes are actually better than people who make juice for a living.
Yeah, my advice to most really casual DIYers is, know that there's a few favorite juices out there that you can order, and keep them on hand. Then strike out on your own and try some things on your own, and see if you have the knack. Otherwise, stick to recipes and have fun with it. But it never would have replaced some of my favorites because I'm not skilled enough to copy them or figure out exactly every nuance of the flavors. So definitely.
Right. So get over to My Freedom Smokes. Like I said, I bought Nick from them years ago. They use a company called Elderbox for their Nick. They like I said, they have flavorings from Loran's, Capella, TFA. Everything's 20% off, and if you need your beakers, you need your pipettes, you need your syringes, you need all that mad scientist hardware. They have it there. And again, it's all 20% off. But most importantly, like I said, your Nick base is cheap. Now, if you're afraid to DIY because you don't want to handle 100 milligram Nick, you don't have to buy 100 milligram Nick. You can buy 24 milligram Nick. It's going to be cheaper than $40. I think it's like $20 for a liter of 24 milligram. You can actually dump that on your hand, and probably nothing's going to happen to you. I don't suggest it, but it's way, 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 way safer than 100 milligram. If you want to start off small, that's what I did. I bought low Nick to start my DIY journey, which ended abruptly with a smash in the face. But get over there and check it out for those of you who are looking for the vaping apocalypse, or if you just got to re-up on your Nick base or in your flavorings and stuff. They're a really great place, and also check out their other stuff. They got great mods, and they make great juice too. My favorite juice from them, believe it or not, is their fruit punch. Straight fruit punch is what it tastes just like a wine punch. Great juice from them, and their what was that, honey? Peppermint bark. The holidays are coming, guys. It's coming. Autumn is coming.
Oh, wow. I only discovered that stuff recently, and it is an addiction now.
Yeah, peppermint bark.
Oh.
They make a great peppermint bark over there, too.
Yeah.
So check it out. All right, so that's that as far as that particular deal. All right, let's see here. Oh, and by the way, hats off to Scuba. The .com RDA deal that I put up just recently for $35 from Mount Baker Vapor. I'm actually using Scuba's review for it. It's a great review. So
nice.
If you want to see a weird dude do weird shit, no, I'm kidding. Check out his review on the .com before you buy. He's very thorough.
Cool. Thanks, Scuba.
Yeah, it's old school. All right. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, Jason said he was down the hallway and thought he heard Hawaiian Punch. Where? Who? He's been looking for that juice. Joe, do you want to recap?
Just go over to, like I said, it's not something like I buy all the time, but Hawaiian Punch was like the 5th juice I bought as a new vapor. Okay, and My Freedom Smokes makes a fantastic Hawaiian Punch. Well, a fruit punch.
Fruit punch,
Sorry,
yeah,
fruit
yeah.
punch.
They're calling it fruit
It
punch.
tastes just like Hawaiian Punch. It's really good. And to this day, I do buy it. Like maybe once every 8 months, I'll buy a 30 ml bottle just to kind of remember it because it's that good.
Alrighty.
So now check it out. Let me see if it's still ready to roll. I'm gonna make sure the coupon code is still going because now I bought this. Let's just see if coupon code is still working before I go crazy here.
Big Bam's trying to guess where you're going next. So am I.
It does. Okay. Oh, I talked about something I wanted on Mod Envy. And here we go. Boom. All right. So coil art, the people. Sorry, Big Bam. I didn't give you any clues. Coil art, the people who make fantastic coils for all our tanks, they came out with their own tank. And I've been asking for a tank, a sub-ohm tank, that is like an RTA or an RDA, that has, instead of these stupid 510s, that gives me almost like a chuff cap top and a wide tank, and coil art delivered, okay, with the coil art Turk tank. Now, this is brand new from them, and these are replaceable heads. I believe you can still rebuild them too. I don't know if it comes with a rebuildable head or not. Let me see here. No, I'm sorry. You can't rebuild these. These are just replaceable heads.
Okay, so they're shooting for the vape of an RDA with the convenience of a tank.
Yes, and with the replaceable head. And I'll tell you straight up, it was funny. I was talking about this on Mod Envy, like probably that Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I just wish we could come out with a tank with a really big chuff cap, like wide, and I don't have to worry about a 510 drip tip. And everybody's like, well, and all of a sudden, next day, pow, this rolls out, the coil art Turk tank. I bought 2 of these, one for me, of course, one for my lady, and use coupon code MAP. Now, if you go to the link, it says $30. If you use coupon code MAP, drops to $19 a piece. Really great price, okay, for something like this. I'm really, really interested in knowing what it's going to be like to vape this, because this is a new kind of tank, in my opinion. You're not going to be vaping off the restriction of a 510 tip anymore. This is going to open it up as if you're rebuilding. And I am really interested, super interested to know if this is going to blow your face off. And I really hope it does. I really do. I hope Coil Art nailed this one, because it looks like such a simple design. It's almost like a Cleato design. You're basically just going to open the top, pull your head in, dump juice in it, close her up, and vape like a monster off that huge fucking chuff top.
Now, Chinook has a great question. How available are the replacement coils? Now, of course, this coming from Coil Art, the guys who pride themselves on making better coils for just about everything available. They're very available. What they've basically done is created a tank to feature their handiwork. So, yeah, you're going to have no trouble.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, I'm almost positive that because this is still on pre-order technically. They're going to ship 8/25. It's 8/17. Okay, so you're going to get a few with your, you're going to get like one extra or whatever with your tank. By the time the pre-orders go out and everything, you're gonna be able to buy it from Coil Art. With that, no doubt in my mind. I mean, they're not going to make a tank without. The first thing they're going to want to do is supply lots and lots of heads for this. I mean, that's what they do. So I'm really interested in this. Can't wait to get it, and gonna be blowing clouds like the rebuilders out there. What are you vaping on? Blah blah blah. This fucking tank, guys, cost me like $19. Dick. Now let me see here.
The real Sean wants to rebuild it. Now, you know what?
I'm sure you can.
I'm
absolutely sure you can.
I don't know how, like, there are people out there who have pulled ready-made coils apart and found ways to rebuild them. I'm not sure. I don't have any knowledge of it, whether that can be done with this. I kind of doubt, and I don't want to tell you the guy's business plan because I don't know it, but I kind of doubt Coil Art will come out with a rebuildable head for it, merely because their business is Coil Art. You know, they want to sell you the coils, and they're very proud of what they've come up with in terms of those. So I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, who knows? If there's enough demand, maybe it's something he'll look at. What I would suggest is if you're really interested, drop them a line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to come out with what you need. And you got to remember, too, Coil Art's coils last a long fucking time, man. I've been using the Coil Art. They sent us a bunch over at Mount Enemy for various different tanks. And I've been using them in my sub-tank, my Kanger sub-tank, the first sub-tank that ever came out. And it lasted me a month of steady use. Those heads are fantastic. So there's no doubt in my mind with this particular tank, if their heads, are for the sub tank or any example, you will get a month easily out of your tank with two. Guys, I'm almost positive they'll send you, within the box they'll give you another replacement, right? So there's no doubt you're going to get 30 days out of it. So by then, you're going to get your replacement heads. You're going to find, comparable replacement heads. I'm almost positive that you'll find styled replacement heads that work but aren't made by Coil Art. So yeah, it'll be fine. And I said, for $19, it's so cheap that, like I said, I bought two, and like I said, I'm super excited. I really want to know. For a long time, I've bought tons of tanks. Jesus, my closet's filled with tanks and heads.
Yeah, a few. Just a few.
And I'm never like, wow, I can't wait to try this. I can't wait to try this. This is going to be awesome.
Well, definitely sounds interesting. I know they make great coils, so I have high hopes for this. Price is right, too, at $19. Now, Joe,
right,
not to jump backwards too many times on you, but there seems to be some confusion about the fruit punch at My Freedom Smokes. Apparently, there are 3. What is the name of yours? Is it simply called Fruit Punch?
Yes,
okay.
Fruit Punch.
All right, there you go.
It's Fruit Punch. I know, guys. I know it's not super sexy, blah, 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 but you know what? Some of the oldest liquids in the industry are still great. Like Kryptonite, it's real good. Boba's. Well, I don't even know if Boba's is even. Do they even sell Boba's Bounty anymore? Is the Alien Vision even around anymore?
Gosh, I couldn't say. That was never in my
Fluid is still
flavor
great. Just some of the
profile.
oldest ones are just fucking still can't beat them. Cherry Bomb from Bomb Vapor. Oh my god, I gotta order some of that shit. It's been a long time. Bomb Vapor makes something called Cherry Bomb, and it's a cherry lime Ricky. I don't know if you've ever drank a cherry lime Ricky. It's basically like a cherry and lime fruit drink. Unbelievable. Bomb Vapor makes a fantastic cherry lime Ricky. Man, I gotta go order some now. You guys are making me reminisce. Gonna make me spend money.
And I'm going to make me refill my glass. Oh, hey, that sounded right in the microphone, right? Boom. Okay, Willie.
All right, I want to see if this is still up and running. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, it's got a stock. Of course it would be, because that was a good one, too.
Bummer. Great deal. You can't have it.
This is true.
Sometimes they go fast. That's why you want to be on the mailing list and check the app. There is an app for VaporJoe. There's an app for that.
There's an app for
deals. And let me see if I can grab that link. I didn't come prepared.
I'll take care of it. You have to go. You have to do it. You have to
Do I have
take care of.
No.
Gotta go tinkle.
No, I said I'm gonna go grab a link. What did
I thought you said you were
think?
going to refill your glass.
Yeah, I did. I had the wine bottle here. Remember? That was
Oh,
that was
shit.
that.
Oh, true. Okay,
That was
okay,
that
okay.
big uncorking noise right in the microphone. Bonk.
I didn't hear it, babe.
So, oh well, okay, that's good because it was kind of loud to me. No, I was gonna try and find your app link for all the.
Just go to VaporJoe'sApp.com.
VaporJoe'sApp.com. Why did I never know about this shortcut? Oh my
You don't
gosh.
pay attention because you're a girl.
Oh, don't even, mister. I can repeat myself 47 times and you haven't got a clue. VaporJoe'sApp.com. Am I correct?
Yes,
All
VaporJoe'sApp.
right. Well, there it is. Check that out. If you are an Android user, and if you're not, there's an app for that too. You just send your iPhone back and get an Android. I highly recommend it. In any case, check out and Big Bam, always with the awesome links. There we go. You can not only get the podcasts for Mod Envy and DoneDeal. You'll stay abreast of all the greatest deals. You'll get little notifications through the day, so you don't miss out. Because it's always a bummer when you check later and it's already sold out. And yeah, that's the worst. And yes, Big Bam, we finally converted him. He made the commitment today. He is trading in the iPhone and getting a Note 7.
First off, I was first an Android user. I went to iPhone.
Yeah,
Android,
well,
iPhone.
We knew
Android,
you'd find
iPhone.
your way home.
But I want to be samesies with my wife.
Yeah, we're going to be the Note 7 twins. You know, I haven't even had the Note 5 for a year, but Joe is he's so tech geeky. He just absolutely insisted on this upgrade. I'm like, what? I haven't even had this a year. Usually I keep my phones for like 3 years. He's like, no.
No, not in this house. This household, no.
It doesn't bother me, but he can't stand it. So I guess we'll be the Note 7 twins. I hope I love it because I
Okay.
sure love my 5.
Now, I'm going to do one more deal. Then we're going to talk about the Vaping Underground because we can go a little bit long on this show today.
We can go a little long, yeah. Melissa and Company with Sweet Vaping. They're going to be there. They usually start right after us at 11:30, but Melissa's a little delayed tonight, so we'll try to close the gap as much as we can for you guys between when we drop and she's able to.
So there's a new charger from eFest. Now, this doesn't have any bells and whistles, but in my opinion, it's a great charger for the money. It's going to do what you need it to do. Here's the link. Basically, it's called the eFest Pro C4 4-bay charger. Now, this is going to charge everything you're going to need. I'm not sure if it does 26,650s because it's kind of slim, but it's going to do 18,650s, 18,500s, 18,350s. 10,440s. It's going to do everything you're going to need as far as basic. Most of us use 18,650s, right? But it's a 4-bay charger for $13.29 shipped from the United States, coming from e-cig.com. Now, I don't have this charger, but I have eFest chargers. I love eFest chargers. This one to me is the no frills one. It doesn't have any LCD displays. It doesn't have anything crazy. However, excuse me, it's going to do what it needs to do, and that's charge your batteries. And for those of you out there still using 2-bay chargers, or you need something, this would be perfect for the road. You just, like, if you go into vape meets or you travel a lot and you have a VTC, a RX200, whatever, and you need a big charger to charge your batteries, this is great just to throw in your in your luggage, because again, it's basic. You don't have to worry about, even if you lost it, Jesus, it's only $13.29. Or you left it in a hotel room, God forbid, right?
Well, there's one thing I want to stress about this because I know there's been some confusion. In the wake of the regulations, there have been some retailers closing up shop, and people are so concerned about e-cig.com. e-cig.com, it is business as usual, folks. If you're worried that they're the ones that closed, it was actually e-cig Avenue has decided to close their doors. They are finished. The website is down, but e-cig.com, business as usual. Great deals.
Yeah. I've been doing tons of business with these guys. They came on the scene strong. They had a lot of backing, and they did a lot of good stuff. They ain't going anywhere. if they were going somewhere, they wouldn't have. They just did this. Like, you know what I mean? You don't post new hardware if you're going anywhere. And I certainly wouldn't promote anybody who was who I didn't believe would at least fulfill their orders. Now I took a risk with e-cig Avenue because basically I didn't know they were going into business. They were just like they went from 30% off, and the next day it was like 70% off everything. I'm like, oh, I gotta post that. And then, but I bought 10 of something. It was sent to me from e-cig Avenue, and I know the people who own e-cig Avenue, so I knew they were trustworthy. So I knew they were going to make good on all their orders and just not walk away with people's money. And like I said, I would never post anything that I didn't trust on my blog because it's a reflection of me. Anyway, so they ain't going anywhere. Great deal. And I just like the simplicity of it. It kind of reminds me of the Nightcore i4.
That's funny because someone just mentioned it. Real Sean bought one of those from e-cig a couple months ago, and that's a great charger too. I used an i4 for a really long time.
The problem with an i4 is if I lost it, I'd be upset. Because you know what I mean? Like the i4 is a little bit more of a little bit better than this charger, and it's a little bit more expensive. But
well, he got a hell of a deal. He got it for $14.50.
Well, that is a great deal from America. Yeah. Well, that is a great deal.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is the newest from eFest, and I wanted to throw it out there. It's a 4-bayer. If you're stuck with 2 bays or you need an extra charger, like we have 6 bayers here. They can be expensive. 6 bays could be 30, 40, 50 bucks.
Now,
this house, we need 6 bays.
Well, I have a question for you, Joe, because I haven't had a chance to check out this deal yet. But one of the things I noticed on this picture is the 2 inputs there in purple at the top. Now, is that to say that does it come with the car charger?
I'm not, you know what? I don't know.
Okay, but it's available. I'm judging from what I'm seeing there. There's definitely the wall outlet.
Yeah, the double one will be the wall. I'm not sure if it comes with the car adapter, but if it does, bonus. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't expect the car one, but if you get it, bonus. That's just the way I look at it.
Well, I will screw up the photo if I click away now to try and find out.
You know what's funny as hell? There's nothing more true to life when it comes to vaping than when you're going to a vape meet and there's 2 eye chargers in it, you got 8 batteries going in the car charger on the way to a vape meet, sitting in the center console, and you're trying to keep them from falling when you're going to a vape meet to make sure your batteries are charged, and you got to drive 6 or 7 hours to get to your vape meet. That is truly a great vape moment. All right, so now that's the last deal for tonight, and there's something I want to talk about.
All right.
And that's called an Xbox One S.
Yeah, I know
we
you
want to
talk about that.
Now, I haven't even really promoted this much.
No, you've been actually...
I haven't been going crazy about it. I talk about it on the shows. It's up on Vaping Underground, but I haven't been sending out crazy emails about it and everything. But just wanted to make sure Big Bamboo has the link.
Oh yeah, he does. He's all over it as usual.
So I just wanted to kind of see how we would go if I didn't go crazy. And right now we're doing great. 53,341 entries.
Nice.
Still 30 days to go.
Now, I know a lot of people, when you've talked about how many entries are in already, are very daunted by that. They're like, oh my goodness, I'll never win. Well, you know what, folks? Let me remind you, it only takes 1 entry to win. Now, there are many ways to get entries. You can get multiple entries by, following the instructions. There's lots of information there about how you can increase your chances, but it only takes 1 entry to win, and past giveaways have been proof of that. Many of the winners have been people with only 1 entry in the entire contest.
Yep. So, what are we doing? I'm giving away, and I have it sitting right there.
Yeah.
It's not something I gotta wait on.
It's that box you're seeing right over my shoulder, right there.
It's a Xbox One S. It's the new sexy slim system in all white, 2 terabyte edition. It's the top of the line. Now, the 2 terabyte edition, they're not going to make a lot of them. Okay, This is, and if you try to get the smaller editions, they're all on pre-order right now. Only the 2 terabyte editions are available, and once they're done, they're done. So I jumped on it. I picked one up. And what we're doing, the reason why we're doing this is Vaping Underground is celebrating our 2-year anniversary. Now, our 2-year anniversary was back in June, but I was just trying to figure out like what to do.
It
Like,
took almost 2 months to decide what to do for the giveaway, because
So I'm just like, what is in demand right now? I'm like, well, the Xbox One S is in demand now, and everybody's like, Tiger's like another game system. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it's.
Well, I always want to see you pick something that's accessible to everybody, and I maybe I'm the only one. I'm kind of like I never got into gaming stuff, and it's kind of like I wouldn't want that.
You know what? Sell if you don't like it and you win, sell it.
Yes, more power to you. And hey, maybe the kids will enjoy it or something like that. Either that, or you can set it aside.
Save it for a Christmas gift.
Exactly. I was going to say set it aside and save some money, and you've got a killer Christmas gift for somebody. So,
right, so
listen to me, Jersey. Somebody.
Basically, you must be a member of Vaping Underground to win this, because what we're going to do is we're going to pick the winner, but you're going to get all the instructions via PM within Vaping Underground. It'll be shipped right to you. Like I said, if you're not a gamer, maybe your kids are, you use it as a gift for Christmas, or if you're just a loner, sell on eBay, make yourself $400, whatever.
Absolutely, especially because it's such a limited edition. It'll be in high demand once they're gone.
Right. It'll be now. We're gonna pick the winner on 9/17, September 17th, on Mount Envy, and it'll be done live. And there's many ways for you to enter. The best way to enter and get tons of entries is something called the viral share, which is you'll get a special link and you post it around, and that will bring you. If anybody signs up through you for their entries, you get like 5 or 6 or 10 entries every time somebody signs up through you, so you can bank hundreds of entries. Now, I'll be honest with you.
Absolutely.
An example of why all those entries don't matter, and they do matter. Nitro had 1,400 entries when I was giving away $1,000. Tiny Vapor had 1. Tiny Vapor won. $250 of $1,000 with 1 entry. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many entries you have. I mean, you can increase your chances. Don't get me wrong. I mean, more the merrier. But don't be upset if you only put in. I only got 1. Whatever. You have the same chances everybody else has. Go through it, have fun.
I'm just chuckling because of the chat in the room. Dee Millen says she was hoping that Joe would give away a Roomba. And of course, being the practical, very pragmatic person I am, I'm like, that is such a great idea. Maybe we should do that for a future giveaway. And then
Dyson came out with one of those, didn't they?
Top Heavy Hobbit posted for the exploding dogs, and you reminded me of a story I saw on social media. Apparently, one guy had a really, really, really bad day. His dog got sick, something upset his stomach, and he had a little accident in the house, and the Roomba was set to go off at a certain time of the day and clean the house for him, and what it did instead is spread that all over everywhere. So he got home from work having a really bad day. So there you go. All I'm saying is if you think your dog's eating something bad, don't set the Roomba on a timer. Just saying.
And I believe Dyson just came out with their own robotic.
Well, they do good vacuum cleaners. So. Well, there you go. Something for a future giveaway. Very pragmatic.
I can't give a fucking vacuum. Welcome to Mount Envy. I'm giving away a vacuum.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
No, not a vacuum. Not a vacuum. A Roomba. This is like non-work. This is you sit with your feet up and you're watching your favorite TV show and vaping your favorite vape while this thing cleans your house for you. I think that's awesome.
I can't do it. I can't give a vacuum away.
I want that in a giveaway.
It's like buying your wife a set of tires for Christmas. You know what I mean?
I've gotten tires for Christmas.
You would, because you're awesome. But the average woman doesn't want. Like if you got your wife a vacuum for Christmas, she would punch you in the face.
Well, in many cases, if you get your wife a vacuum for Christmas, you probably better have a good divorce lawyer on retainer. But just saying. No, I'm very practical.
It's like, oh, thank you. You got me a vacuum.
Well, like I say, a Roomba isn't a normal vacuum. This is one that you get to have your feet up while it does all the work. I think that's brilliant. And it terrorizes the cats at the same time. So, it's entertainment too. Actually, no, some people's cats ride them around. I think that's hilarious.
Yes, I've seen that, where they actually use it as like a little transport vehicle. It's like their little hoverboard. That's actually kind of cool. I think that's really cool.
Well, the difference is, and I see a bunch of comments in the room, my wife bought me a stand mixer for Christmas.
Hey, you know what?
Or if you buy her a blender. It depends. If she asks for it, like I have in the past asked for kitchen appliances. If it's on my list, then it's legit. But yeah, don't give a woman an iron if she didn't ask for it, just saying. Just saying.
I'm sorry, I could never. I don't care how much you ask for an appliance. I couldn't buy it for you for Christmas because I'll just buy you the appliance normally.
Joe laughed his ass off at me because my mom, for my birthday, recently drop shipped from Amazon for me. Because, of course, my folks are back in Canada. It's a pain in the butt to ship stuff. So let Amazon do it for you, right? And on my list, when this box showed up and I pulled a brand new iron out of it, and I was really excited, and he's like, what? And I said, no, that was on my list. I asked for that, and like, I'm really excited.
It's like, okay, Cinderella.
Okay,
you want an iron?
Just saying. You're such a bachelor. You didn't even have an iron here.
If it makes you happy, but I'll be honest with you, regardless of what we're talking about right now, average vapors would be really happy with 6-bay chargers and 18650 batteries, and the average person in this world would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This is true. This is true.
Like, there's a lot of things that get us going, like, oh man, that charger's so fucking sexy. Look at the LCD display on that. Oh shit, it does 2 amps on 6 bays. And if the average person's looking at us like, you guys are fucking weird.
Now, Hunter in the room is saying he's got his ad block off. Let me try that again. He's got his ad block off and still getting what are the first 4 letters of Vaping Underground. When you are signing up, we ask you that only to make sure that you are actually a human being and not a bot. So don't be offended. It has nothing to do with your ad block. It's just making sure you're you.
Yes. It's better than, it's a CAPTCHA, man. Come on, deal with it.
Well, no. It's not even a CAPTCHA. It's just the first 4 letters. No problem.
Anyway, we're leaving. It's not even our show anymore. We can do whatever we want, right?
We really now careful, Joe. Don't make me have to cut you off. I can mute you if I need to.
I mean, no. What I mean is, we don't have to talk about deals anymore, do we?
No, we don't. We can talk about anything we want within reason.
Okay.
Is there something just burning on your conscience that you want to share, Joe? Something you need to...
Not really. Well, Hillary Clinton's a cunt, but no, nothing's on my mind. All
right.
Anything burning on your mind, Tiger?
It's not even midnight. Let's not get into politics. No, actually, no. We've covered cleaning products and deals and vape mail.
We went from like deals to vacuums to booze.
Oh yeah.
So, we covered a lot of shit today.
Yeah, and I'm into my second glass already, so I don't care what we talk about at this point. There you go. Nice cheap Chardonnay for those of you who care. One of my faves. Well, my fave for every day. My fave is probably still Kendall Jackson. But
I gave her some of the best Chardonnay. It was like $50, the Philippine, and she.
It was good. It was very good, but I actually prefer the Kendall Jackson. No, I think that's probably a typo. It's Cutler Creek. This stuff goes for $4 a bottle around here. It's considered a table wine, but as a Chardonnay to sip in the evening and just enjoy for not a special occasion, $4 a bottle.
What you do is
great.
I call those kind of wines knockaround wines. Basically, you have people coming over. You buy the red, you buy the white. You just knock around, and you just sip and drink. It's not something you're gonna go, whoa, the body in this is just fantastic. Have you tasted the oakiness and the butteriness as it hits you in the back of your tongue? No, that's not what this is about. This is more of a sipping, kind of just chill, Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and chill wine, guys.
It is. It's totally Netflix and chill wine. Absolutely. And before we go too long over, we're about 15 minutes past the bottom of the hour now. I just wanted to say, Big Bam, thank you for your help tonight, and welcome back. Our move to Wednesday nights kind of left him in the lurch, and he's managed to reschedule some things. So he was here with us tonight. We really appreciate your help, and we've missed you.
David McBenj says, no, not him. I'm sorry. Foggy Marsh Loam says, need some nice Aussie wine. That's called Shiraz, sir. Australia makes some fantastic red wine. My favorite from them would be known as a Shiraz. Very deep, rich red. One of my favorites is Yellowtail. Well, just shout out to the Aussies out there. Don't fuck with me when it comes to wine, man.
Hunter says no more buying rich liquor. No, he spoils me now and then, but just for like he says, Netflix and chill, or for the shows, just to sip in the evening. This is great, but no, actually he has spoiled me absolutely rotten. There is a bottle of Dom Perignon waiting for me to decide what is the perfect special occasion to break that out. So that is waiting. And New Year's, he spoiled us with Cristal. I'm just appalled. I'm so pragmatic when he tells me when he does these things. I'm just appalled, but at the same time very touched. So, no, he's got a spoily streak, definitely.
Yeah, now I gotta sit here and drink Coke. Anyway,
well, we've found some non-alcohol.
Well, yes, there are some non-alcoholic
that
reds
you've enjoyed thoroughly.
that I do enjoy. I really do. I like sipping those when we watch our shows. Of which we should be getting into, I think, pretty soon, huh?
Oh, I think so. And Foggy Marsh, spoiled with Johnny's juice also. Yes, we talked about that at the top of the show. This is the one I've been working on. No, it isn't either. That's the one I'm waiting to get into. This is the one that I've been trying. This is the Sex on the Still, which is, of course, a play on Sex on the Beach. Cranberry peach and orange cocktail. It's good. Not an ADV. I think you could get burned out on it as a flavor if you tried to vape it just all day long straight, but to switch up and keep coming back to it throughout the day for a treat, absolutely great. Very, very nice flavor. And just checking if there's any other questions in chat. We're just kind of killing time here.
Yeah, we're just killing time
until.
Are we gonna go to midnight, huh?
Well, I'm just kind of. I'm waiting. I guess we can. I'm just waiting to hear from Melissa when she's ready to rock and roll. She had a delay tonight, so she wasn't able to start 11:30. And of course, she's got a special announcement tonight for you guys, so don't go away.
She's pregnant.
No, that is not the special announcement. But we've, of course, moved to...
She's going to punch me when she sees me.
I hope so. I want it on film. In any case, they started their show early on Wednesdays when we moved here because, of course, DoneDeal is typically just a 90-minute show. So they've been starting at 11:30 lately. But tonight she had an engagement that kept her late, so... We're just kind of filling in time. But they will be with us for Sweet Vaping. Of course, that's Sweet Melissa, Gatekeeper, and One-Armed Bandit Vapor. Or one... Did I get that right? Vaping One-Armed Bandit. There you go. I knew I had that out of order. .com. So they'll be with us as soon as they can. And any questions? Any... Anti, don't go spreading that.
Yes, never spread anything. Spreading is bad.
No. What? Oh, good grief. I don't even know how to respond to that.
She said good grief.
I do.
Are you, is this an episode of like
Charlie Brown?
Scooby-Doo?
No, it's Charlie Brown that says good grief.
Yes.
And yes, because you have turned my son into the consummate Do you know what else he's turned my son into? A spoiled little brat.
What? I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
Didn't do nothing. This guy, he calls himself the authoritarian, but every time he gets a chance, he is... I mean, Joe is such a techno geek and a gadget guy, and he's really trying to turn my son into that too. So he tells me yesterday, I ordered something for your son. I'm like, well, what have you done? Oh, well, it's a present. And I said, well, he gets so much stuff, and I don't want to spoil him. Like I don't want this kid thinking like just goodies rain from the sky. He's got to either earn things or it's got to be a special occasion. Joe's like, no, I found the coolest little kid watch, and it's like one of those little watches. It's a smart watch for children made by VTech.
That's fucking awesome. I want one.
It's got a camera in it, which my son is obsessed with.
It takes video.
And it'll take video. You can put games on it. You can connect it to your computer and add stuff to it, so you can add capabilities from their website. This thing is the bomb. I mean, if they had stuff like this when I was little, I would have been such a geek.
The camera on this is... guys, you guys remember the first Samsung Galaxy watch that came out? It had like the camera on the band.
Yeah.
This watch has a better camera than that does.
Yeah.
And it was only $50.
40, you said.
Or for what taxes you ship it? It's like $50, whatever.
Oh, okay. See, you told me it was cheaper.
It was like whatever.
You're spendy.
Anyway, so
it arrives yesterday, and he says to me, and yesterday was not a special day. Nothing great happened. My son didn't do anything stellar to earn an awesome treat. I mean, he was a reasonably good boy, but whatever. And his birthday is a long way away. His Christmas is a long way away. And he's like, I don't care. He doesn't have to do anything. I'm giving it to him.
Now.
What can I do? What can I do, right? So this kid has been over the top about this crazy little toy and playing with it and discovering
the best thing
games
is
and taking
go
sneaky
around
videos
and take
of
pictures
me.
of you when you don't want him to.
Oh yeah, there's some
You're like
really
bent over getting changed, and he's like click, click.
Oh,
click,
yeah. No,
click.
It wasn't even that. It was just me sitting at my computer working earlier today and looking kind of like, okay, let's be frank, haggard. And, of course, he's got video of it. It's like, I'm going to need to have access to that device every night to clear it out. Because thank God you don't have direct access to post stuff to the internet from this thing because,
Tiger
my
looks
God.
her best from the moment she wakes up in the morning. I've told this to her. She does not believe me. I like Tiger when she just wakes up. The hair is like, and like she's wearing like sweatpants, one leg's up, one leg's down.
Oh.
Half a tucked in shirt. The hair is like this.
I'm not even.
I love women like that. That's my favorite way.
I am not even rated for public consumption until like I've had at least a coffee and a hairbrush. Like, please, really?
El Natural is the way.
Wow. Well, that's how I know I married the right guy, because seriously, I think I'd scare our viewers.
The sad thing is I look exactly the same when I wake up as I do right now. That's the weirdest thing. I wake up, I'm like, hi! And I look like, hi! Like right now, like nothing changes.
Joe and I are diametric opposites in the morning. Now, we're both evening people. We're both night owls, okay? But the difference between Joe and I when we wake up in the morning is Joe wakes up, his feet hit the ground, and it's all systems go. All right, let's do this. Whatever's going on. All right, I'm awake now. Bam! It's on. Me? I gain momentum as the day wears on, okay?
Yeah.
So, I'll get out of bed and I'll feel a little like death warmed over, and it's kind of like, where's my vape? Where's coffee? Where's the bathroom? Don't talk to me yet. It's like I need that coffee cup that has the levels on it, where when the coffee's still full, the level's up high. It's like, go away. Like don't make a sound, and then you may approach, okay, you may speak in short sentences, and then down here it's like, all right, you can talk to me now and you won't die. But yeah, it's just totally different, and I don't even understand what he says when he loves that. But I married the right guy.
I wake up, I'm like, hey, let's do this. All right, what do we got to do? Okay, let me go. I got to get online. I got to do this. I got to do that. All right, we got to go to the mail. We got to do this. We have to. And poor Tiger sitting there like.
He's asking me what I want to eat, and I'm like, there's still
like, what do you want for breakfast?
coffee in my cup. I don't even understand the question. There's no eating as long as there's coffee in the cup. Come on,
My nose.
I was always, as a smoker, many moons ago, as a smoker, I was always what's for breakfast? Well, nicotine and caffeine. What else is there? Okay, really, don't talk to me about food. And it's carried over into vaping. It's carried over. And Big Bam's telling me you have to make a to-do list, Tiger, to get the day completed. Now, Big Bam, now and then, I'm a little bit of an artistic personality. So I'm an abstract thinker. I'm a little bit
I'm gonna throw her over my shoulder to get anything. We're going. Let's go.
As organized as I am about some things, like I'm completely obsessive compulsive about some things. Like I love, oh my God, labelers make me really happy. I love organizing things and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm a little bit undisciplined. Like I'll do things when the spirit moves me, when the time is right. So I really, really admire folks like you and Joe that are just so disciplined and just bam, 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 bam down the list. For me, what you're describing is my mother, Big Bam. My mom is a list person, and she will throughout the day she's all about the check marks and the sense of accomplishment. I'm my dad, where it's kind of like, yeah, there's a list, and what doesn't get done today will get done tomorrow, and what doesn't get done tomorrow will get done next week.
The coffee cup and putting it to her face and going, I've drank the coffee. I have opened the door.
Oh, Big Bam, I so fear I would piss you off then, and I'm sorry. That makes me feel like that's such a failing. But you should see me when I do get a fire under me. Oh my God! Just stand back.
Then she does one thing.
Stand back and stay out of the way. No, it's not one thing. It's now. Don't be mean. I have been very humble. Don't be mean. When I get on fire, it's just stand back and stay out of the way. But yeah. That's not every day. That's not every day.
It's not. But it's okay. I wouldn't want I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want somebody like me in the morning because it would be too hectic. Like I like the opposite. Whereas I'm up, I'm doing things. I'm on the computer. Tiger gets up, and she needs her coffee. She needs to get herself together. And she's like always rubbing the sand out of her eyes where I'm like, hi, how are you? And she's like, fuck off. Drink.
No, it's just like, please don't talk to me. The light, it's hurting me. Big Bam says he'd light me on fire every day. I used to like you, Big Bam.
But I like that. I like the opposite, because if somebody was just as peppy as me, I'd be like, all right, you're bumming me out. You're taking my thunder.
Wait. Somebody said kick their ass, Melissa. Did I miss? Is Melissa in the room? Oh, I see there is a Skype. Let me see what. Oh, no, it's not that. Is Melissa here and I missed her? Are we cutting in?
Yeah, because we wanted to keep it to 12 because she said she wasn't going to be here until 12.
Well, ish.
Ish, yes. If she wants to go loud now, we'll go.
Big Bam, I'm snapping my fingers at work. Come on, people, let's go. Yes, I can imagine that. Big Bam, you have always struck me as an overachiever.
Damn it.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Okay, Melissa is having some neighbor issues, and that sounds like lots of fun. Hey, now, easy. No, she's not our neighbor. What are you saying?
I said, is she in labor?
No, neighbor. You are
first baby,
stop.
then labor.
You were just overworking this. So we'll give her just a few minutes. Thanks, okay. Melissa. And I'm sorry you're having issues. I hope that
Melissa, I was telling everybody that your special announcement tonight is that you're pregnant and that you can tell everybody. And then all of a sudden, a labor issue. This is great. I cannot wait.
See, I told you. She's going to kick your butt.
She has no... I'll tell you something. I've seen her quite a few times in person. She has no problem slapping you upside the head.
Well, that's good. And I know there is a significant difference in height between you and Melissa. So she is perfectly...
No, she'll just take her purse and go...
Well, no, I'm thinking, and I don't usually use language like this, but, she's perfectly positioned to give you a serious taint punch.
Did you say a taint punch?
I did.
A taint punch? That's like underneath. You
Well,
gotta
yeah.
miss the balls and everything.
Well, either that or not. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, she's perfectly aligned
Man, you
for
gotta
that.
miss the balls and go under that and go. I mean, man, that hurts.
Well, either way, you're screwed. So, you better be nice to Melissa is all I'm saying.
A cock punch does not hurt. It's the balls that hurt, guys. Women say cock. No, cocks don't hurt. It's the balls that hurt.
Well, you just say the word Melissa and we will turn over the airwaves. But we'll while away a few more minutes until you're ready. So.
Yeah, she barely reaches my shoulders, but I'll tell you, she could take her purse and smash you on the head with it like a typical Italian mom. Shut up!
You go, girl. You go.
This is how it works. Italian moms
Sometimes
tend
he
to have
needs
taller
that.
children, so they know how to hit their taller children. They just reach up.
Is that how your mom did it?
Well, my mom's a tall lady. My dad wasn't, but my dad was only 5'10". My mom is 5'11". That's where me and my brother get our height from. They took the female height gene and went with it. But my dad was 5'10". I'm so happy I didn't have my father's height. Sorry for all you men that are 5'10" or below. But if you ain't 6 foot.
That is so not true. That is so more recent. And I got to tell you, I don't know what's in the water here in New Jersey, but you guys grown bigger.
It's the bagels, the pork roll, and the pizza. What do you think it is?
I'm telling you, I'm from the 70s, okay? Like no spring chicken here, right? But I'm almost 5'7". I'm a little bit shy of 5'7", and I'm accustomed to thinking myself as one of the tall girls, okay? Now I get to New Jersey and I am like stunningly average at best, possibly on the short side. It seems like everyone here is taller than me. Joe and his brother tower over me. Joe's sister is considerably taller. My one of my good friends, Courtney, you guys know, is considerably taller, and I'm just like, what is in the water here? I don't even understand. So.
No, I'm telling you, it's the bagels, the pizza, and the pork roll.
All right, if you say so. I think your water glows at night or something.
No, we're just it's a Jersey thing,
It's a Jersey thing.
No, it's also Italians here tend to be taller. Jews here, the Jewish people here tend to be shorter, it's just how it is here. But we all talk the same. You can't tell the difference between an Italian Jersey person and a Jewish Jersey person, or an Italian from Brooklyn or a Jewish person from Brooklyn. We act and look and talk the same, except you could tell by our height, and you could tell if we like school. Jewish people love school. They love school. Italian people, we hate fucking school.
Those generalizations, my God, really? And,
No, absolutely. Jewish people, and to their credit, care a lot about education, and they have big families because they want to procreate, and because hey, let's face it, a lot of bad shit happened to them back in the day, right? So they want lots of education for the children, and they have big families, and that's just, I don't know a Jewish family in Jersey doesn't have more than 6 kids. Doesn't have less than 6 kids.
Less than, yeah.
Less than 6 kids. Holy shit.
I'm chuckling because I'm seeing all the comments in the room. Melissa is 5, not even quite 5'1". Top Heavy Hobbit's 5'3". We've got somebody who's like that insists they're 4 feet tall. It just reminds me, like back home, like I say, I thought I was one of the tall girls, and I used to tease some of my smaller girlfriends.
You're a Jew?
Oh,
Anta's Jewish? He's like, we generally. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I used to tease.
L'chaim.
No, that's not how you say it. L'chaim.
Aha!
You're rolling in the back of your throat. You gotta feel it. I used to tease my smaller girlfriends. It's like, now hush you, because I'll fold you up and put you in the glove compartment until you settle down. And I'm thinking that with some of you now. But I'm quiet. I don't say stuff like that here because I don't want to give them ideas. I'm the smaller one.
All right, so Is Sweet Melissa ready yet? Or,
Well, I'm waiting for her to give me the
talking.
boot. The
She's
boot.
talking in here.
Well, she said there's things.
Aha!
There's things afoot.
There's treachery afoot.
Treachery afoot. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, I have the go. So we are going to get the heck out of the way. We're going to free up the airwaves momentarily. We're going to leave just a couple minutes between broadcasts so that we don't stick together in one big long recording. But stay with us. This is a great chance for you to take a quick little bio break, refill your drinks, grab some snacks, refill your tanks or drippers. There you see, I remembered you rebuilders. And Sweet Melissa, Gatekeeper, and Vaping, One-Armed Bandit will be with you momentarily for Sweet Vaping.
Now,
and thanks for staying with us.
Now, if we have any parting words, when I said L'chaim, somebody has made it dirty. Like Hyman?
No, it's not like Hyman. It's L'chaim, means to life.
Yes, I know, but like Hyman? I thought that was hilarious. I've never heard that before.
All right. And Lisa, thank you. Hoping we both have better luck this week. So do I, darling. All right.
Oh, come on, stop.
All right. I think that's a good point to say goodnight. Good night.
I'm just reading. We'll see you later, guys.